Our solar system is home to millions of different creatures, each individual locked in its own lifelong fight for survival. Everywhere you look, from Earth to Mars, there are extraordinary and spectacular examples of the lengths living things go to stay alive. The fallen are ruthless scavengers. Brutal and uncaring, they arrived on their massive catches in the wake of the collapse to loot and pillage our devastated worlds. They've laid claim to everything from the decrepit outskirts of old Russia to the abandoned colonies of the moon, to the ancient academies of Venus. These are the shores of the Cosmodrome. Here, remnants of Golden Age civilization have become the dwelling place of what was once, perhaps, a great and prosperous fallen society. These creatures are Dregulus Ineptus, or dregs, one of the most abundant creatures in our solar system. Dregs cling to the lowest rung of fallen society. Docked of their lower arms in a ritual of humiliation and obedience, dregs seek to prove their worth. Only a few will survive to gain promotion and regrow their limbs. Their suicidal bravery is fueled by ambition and shame. As such, should a guardian threaten a fallen pack, the dregs are quick to retaliate. Admittedly, the dreg is the weakest of the fallen race, but you must never underestimate the ferocity of a creature with nothing left to lose. Archer's Line. A guardian spots a pack of fallen patrolling the hillside. From his superior vantage point, this guardian picks off the vandals that lead the pack. Confused, the remaining dregs scatter as this titan boldly charges and taunts. The dregs are now angered. Keeping their distance from melee attacks, they duck behind rocks and move in a tight circle to avoid gunfire. When fighting in such close quarters, the dregs know that the enemy will find it difficult to track all of them at the same time. The longer this fight lasts, the less chance they have of surviving. They wildly fire their shock pistols and scramble to find an opening to strike. The shock dagger is a makeshift tool, used by the fallen for every purpose imaginable. But in a tense situation like this, it becomes a deadly weapon for hand-to-hand combat. Unfortunately, few dregs are capable of even taking down a guardian's shield, and far fewer survive the attempt. Most dregs, such as these found on the forgotten shore of the Cosmodrome, have learnt to dwell in areas where there is sufficient cover and protection in the event of a firefight. These dregs are locked in a vicious battle with a guardian who encroached on the pack's territory. Shock pistol in hand, they discharge bolts of arc energy as a warning. For the guardian, this fight is just another bounty. But for the dregs, the stakes are much higher. It's redemption or death. This is when the dregs begin to use their habitat to their advantage. Retreating, they alternate between shooting their shock pistols and throwing shock grenades from behind cover. If these dregs are lucky, the guardian will fall from their barrage of arc weaponry. But it is very unlikely that the entirety of the pack will survive this encounter. This particular dreg lives to fight another day. Her victory over this titan might just have earned a chance for promotion, and ultimately, her redemption.